This is video number 1 on learning to implement the color theory. This is part 1, HUE. So, what is HUE? HUE is how you perceive, how you identify a color when you see it. Stuff. Oh, what color is that? What color is this? Just, naming the colors. So, like on the screen, it's red, on yellow, green, blue, violet, and indigo. Now, these colors can be put into subcategories. There are like 3 basic color types: primary, secondary, and tertiary. So when you talk about primary colors, these are like the foundational, the fundamental colors. These colors cannot be created or formed by mixing any 2 different colors. So your primary colors are red, yellow, and blue. So there is a little bit more to primary colors, but it's going to be a little bit complicated with learning about additive and subtractive properties. So we're just going to take the 3 very basic primary colors, your red, blue, and yellow. And when we mix any 2 primary colors together, we get secondary colors: orange, purple, and green. These are just by mixing any two of those primary colors, because if you mix all the 3 primary colors together, you're gonna get like a weird brownish, greenish, sluggish color. So yeah, any 2 primary colors together make a secondary color. When these secondary colors mix with primary colors next to them, they create tertiary color, the last tier of the basic color types that we know of. You might have questions about why always next to each other. Why not, alternatively, or why not opposites, or something along the lines? So what I would answer to that is, why don't you go and give it a try? Why don't you go and try mix colors like that and tell me what happens, Fuck around and find out. It's like the best way to know and learn things. So anyways, let's go back to what's going on the screen. As you can see, I'm mixing primary colors, red, yellow, and blue, and secondary colors, orange, purple, and green, with each other, the colors that are next to each other, and then they're kind of creating shades that are somewhere in the mix of it. They're in the middle of it. There's like a whole lesson about transitional colors hidden somewhere in here. This makes the transition from red to purple, or blue to green, like somewhere a bit easier and softer. And this is like a principle we use a lot when we are doing, shadows and highlights, and help you blend in like a lot of hard edges and hard stuff and not make it look muddy or disgusting. So I've just removed the rest of the color, so that it just imitates a color wheel, and I'm just gonna blend through the colors, and you can kind of see that between the red and orange there is a darker orange, and between orange and yellow there is like this mustardy color, and these are the tertiary colors, and these act as transitional shades. They make the wheel look more harmonious and more blended in, and softer. And the color wheel is sort of divided into 2 parts, with warm colors and cool colors. Your warm colors are from your yellow to red, and your cool colors are from your blue to green. So easily identify is like warm colors are like the colors like of the fire, and like we think the sun is yellow, and the cold water is blue. Ice kind of gives blue because of whole light reflection and whatnot. And I'm just going to speed run through my color wheel. This is just unnecessary shit that should not be in this. I don't know, I feel like there's no use to it, but you could make your own color wheel if you want to. You could choose a red of your own choice, a yellow of your choice, and blue of your choice, and then make secondary colors out of it and tertiary colors out of it, and then blend them together in a circle, and then boom, you have your own color wheel, like the basic circle of a color wheel. Ta-da! Yeah, there is more to the color wheel. There is a whole thing about saturation and the values, which are going to be the next 2 videos, and I'm going to post them when I get a stable internet connection. But until then, we're going to impose this whole primary color wheel thing into this bitch total. Yeah. So that's what we're going to do in the next segment of the video. Is we're going to just use this basic color wheel that we've made, and we're gonna pick the colors, and I'm gonna color this guy. And you could do the same. You don't have to use a character. You could use landscape or something in real life. Like you could use that elementary drawing of mountains, sun, the river flowing down, a rainbow somewhere, and like V-shaped crows. And you could try to color them with this color wheel. But like the main point is to only use this color wheel and pick colors from this. Like download an image, make it yourself. I don't know, I don't care, but only from this color wheel and nothing else. And then you like kind of see problems come to you about, oh, you need a light blue sky, but you don't have light blue, and then you want the sun to look like a really bright shade of yellow or a really bright shade of orange, but you don't have a very saturated orange or yellow, and you're just going to continue coming across these problems. And these are the things that will be solved when you know about the next steps. Those are saturation and hues, and which are going to be the next two videos that I will post them when I get a stable internet connection. I promise. Okay, I'm gonna post them once I have stable internet connection, because university internet pretty fucking shit is what I'm gonna say. And you could send me those on my Instagram, and you could tell me about the problems you came up with or something, and then we could make another video or something where I could help you out or talk about those things, you know. Meanwhile, I add details to this drawing. I'm just going to talk about like the further plans. So next video is about saturation, and then about hues, and these three triplets are done. And then after that we're going to do shadows and highlights, and then analog, then complementary colors, and whole shit about why, where, who, and when. And they're going to be complex drawings. I'm just not going to use this little bitch because there's not much to explain over here. You know, I'm going to use proper landscapes and proper drawings. I promise. I'm good at that. I'm not bad. I'm just not posting them because I'm kind of lazy. Yeah, and I have a bunch of university work. So yeah, there's a 6-second audio at the end. So enjoy that. Like and subscribe. Bye.